you for joining us for the very first episode of Mark and Marquitta.
Mark and Marquitta. This is a extension of Meet the Breedloves and our travel series that I have recently moved to Vimeo, and there's still a YouTube channel. However, we are now predominantly on Vimeo with all our new content.
Yeah. How do you like how Vimeo's going so far?
I like Vimeo because it's more of a controlled environment to where YouTube is not running ads against the content that I create. So I don't know if you know about it, but we'll have you visit Vimeo. I'll put the link in the description down low, and that way you can follow us at Vimeo.com and YouTube also, or Facebook or Instagram at Meet the Breedloves. All right. So Meet the Breedloves, Mark and Marquitta is talking about situations that arise in relationships. Do we have all the answers?
No.
No.
And it's about more than interpersonal relationships. You've got the relationship with mom and dad, relationship with dad and kids, mom and kids, all the dogs, just everyday life, basically.
Yes. However, I think most people are mostly interested in seeing how things can work in a marriage. Let me first give you a disclaimer. We don't we don't have the answers. We don't try to have all the answers. We don't claim we have all the answers. It's just some things we do that work and some things that don't. They might work for you or they might not work for you, but one thing I like to discuss is we're going to start talking about money.
Yes, you do like to talk about money.
Talk about money tonight. See how the money works. See how the money works. And before I do that, you want to name off our sponsors?
Oh, yes. We are sponsored tonight by two people, Geyser Benefit Solutions. Sam Geyser is a wonderful guy. You've known him for how long?
About 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also iCredit Solutions with Brandy Janelle. I think you can Facebook her or Google her, brandyjanelle.com.
Yes, brandyjanelle.com.
Yep.
Also give Sam the number, please.
Oh, sure. For Geyser Benefit Solutions, the number is 910-507-1451. And you can reach out to Brandy at 1-800-404-1143.
And I'll put the link in the descriptions. Credit is not my expertise, nor is Forex and trading. However, I do some investing, but with Geyser Benefit Solutions, if you go to my Facebook page and look up Sam Geyser, you can definitely get in contact with him that way also. But that leads us or me into the first discussion. And I got these questions from YouTube, no, from Facebook, from Facebook. Simply because I'm on Facebook and I make posts and people ask questions, how does this work? The women on Facebook, when a man says a man should pay all the bills, guess what the women do?
They get excited?
They get very excited, most of them.
I'm not on Facebook. So no.
Well, you don't mind enough, you see enough, and I tell you enough about it. But the women get really excited and they start going, oh my God, I wish I had a man that did that, or a real man gonna pay all the bills, or these punk men don't want to spend no money in 2020. And it's just a lot of scenarios I run into.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, a lot of scenarios. So with that said, the first question was, who pays the bills and why? You want to go into that first?
I mean, my answer for everything has always been a team effort. So we both pay the bills. You have a job, I have a job. Money comes in, money goes out.
You don't pay the bills. She doesn't pay the bills to the point that she doesn't even realize you don't pay the bills.
Not true.
I've never used your money. I've never used your money to pay bills.
Well, that's because you can save yours to pay bills and invest mine. It's a team effort.
Okay, that's not exactly.
You can't do one without the other.
Well, that's not a bill.
What is not a bill?
Investing is not a bill.
The heck, it ain't a bill. It's a bill.
No.
Are you putting money in it? It's a bill.
Investing is not a bill, guys.
It's just a bill that you have to reap reward.
That's not the definition of what people are asking about. People are asking and often talking about things such as if a tire blows out, who's gonna get the tire fixed? Who's gonna get the oil change?
Right.
Light bill, water bill. And let me just give you a small scenario. Okay, so often on Facebook or social media, you'll see a scenario where a guy and a girl went out to eat.
Right.
And the guys will want to be 50-50.
Right.
So that's the discussion I'm trying to get to.
But we don't have a 50-50 relationship. We never have.
Well,
all of our money
goes
into one big pot. So whether it's a bill or investment or kids' school supplies or clothes or a new refrigerator, It all comes out of one big pot. Now you in your mind kind of have figured out how you want to do the checks. So this check goes to this check goes to that. But
okay,
it's still coming out of one big pot.
Let me break it down a little bit further. It doesn't go into one pot like you think. Because as soon as it gets to where it's going, I move it. But let me break this down.
That's why I said you have it figured out how you want to.
Yeah. I'll solve this right now. Have you ever opened up a light bill and called and paid the bill since we've been married?
No.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what the people are trying to get to.
That's not the same thing. Because
no, just because you get paid don't mean you pay bills.
No,
Marquita.
your scenario is you go to a restaurant and you do 50-50.
Well, I mean, people dating
That's not the
and
same.
new guys.
That's not the same thing as opening up the light bill and paying the light bill.
Yes, but
because if you use my money to pay the light bill.
But that's what I'm saying. I've always made enough to where even just break it down from when you went to college. Break that down.
Okay.
When you didn't work to now, just break it down.
Well, I had 3 jobs in college.
Hey, break it down. No.
I did.
Keita, you working in the rec room for 4 hours a day. That was $28 a second.
I was making money from the student newspaper.
Marquita,
I was not government, Marquita, and I did work in the rec room.
Marquita, who paid for your first car?
He gave me a car.
Okay, I gave you a car, and what? And I did what?
What else?
I gave you a car, and you had to put gas in it.
Babe, I had my own gas car. I had a GM car.
Marquita,
I made money.
Marquita, I sent you money every week.
He did send me money every week.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. So there's nothing wrong with a woman working. I don't think it was something wrong that you did. But what I'm saying is, I have always paid the bills.
And I've always done what?
You worked since after the pregnancy. The first, Marquita, working in the rec room 4 hours a day is not a job. You making $28.
Babe, when you're in college and you're going to school and getting a doctorate.
That's 22 years ago. Okay, good. Well,
right.
anyway.
Yeah, well, you told me to go back to college. But
yeah, finish, yes.
How much money do I make now? Enough to pay for all the bills.
Yeah, you make a grip now. But the whole point of what people are trying to get to is, should the man pay the bills? Should the woman pay the bills? I don't necessarily think there's a certain way a couple has to do it to work well.
Right, because we both pay the bills.
No, Marquita, you do not pay the bills. Your money goes to investments and savings.
Right, but that's because that's how you decide to divide it up. That's why I said it goes into one big pot, and you already in your mind know how. So it's just like if, say for instance, only I worked.
Mm-hmm.
If you already know how much you're going to spend for gas, how much you're going to pay for the phone bill, car bill, school, all that stuff, you already know that. You use the whole thing to pay bills. You just allocate the money wherever. So it doesn't mean that I don't pay bills.
Marquita, okay. All right. The average woman on Facebook or YouTube,
okay.
I won't say average, I'll say a lot of them.
Okay.
Many aren't married.
So they have to pay their own bills anyway.
Okay, that's different. But what I'm talking about is specifically in our household.
Right.
You've never ever even known what the bills really were because you never had to pay them.
Well, I have had to call and pay a bill when you forgot.
Well, that's different. I forgot something.
Right.
But I think it was the water bill, maybe?
Yes.
It was the water bill. I forgot.
And one of the cable or internet.
It was like
bills,
$29 or something, but I forgot it. But anyway, to make a long story short, I think the man is responsible for the whole house. Do I think it's wrong for a woman to work? I don't. A woman can work and do whatever she want to do.
Why would you say you think the man is responsible for the whole house?
Because we are. Because you guys don't. I'll get to that. A man is responsible for the whole house financially. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because if something goes down, somebody has to have us, and that is my job as the leader of the household.
Got you.
Thank you.
Because you say, okay, so we both
finally
work as a team, but at the end of the day, mom knows that dad's got it.
Yes.
Okay.
And you've always known that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool.
Okay.
Now we are. All right, so to make a long story short on who pays the bills. Oh, I dropped that. Oh,
No,
don't worry
sorry.
about it.
Okay.
Oh, no, I didn't. I want to make a long story short on who pays the bills. It's a team effort, but definitely we think that the man is mostly responsible. Let me tell you what Marquitta does. And this is gonna blow your mind. Marquitta, what do you do with your check?
I stick it on the dresser so that you can have it.
Can you say that to the camera? They don't believe it. They don't believe it.
Nobody believes me.
Hey, no, tell them.
Ever since I got my first check, I just take it and bring it home and give it to Mark. Why do I do that? Because I trust him. If there was no trust, we wouldn't be married in the first place.
No.
But you have to remember how our relationship started. So we dated in college.
Okay, yeah.
When
at the end of college, yeah.
Valentine's first came up, I was the one who first bought him a gift. You remember that, like the vest and the shirt thing I got you from Hudson?
Yes.
I got him, like, it was really nice. I bought it and I spent like some good money on it. And you bought me like a diamond necklace. You remember that? And
yep, I do remember that.
Yeah, so our exchange.
Those are dudes.
Yes, you're a lovely person. So our exchange of gifts, tokens, money, it's always been like a trust thing, but it built up to that, you know. There's equal and even exchange. We both had something to put on the table.
Yes.
So I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if we purchased like tickets for travel or something like that, but I gave you access to use my Discover card.
Okay.
So he was in the military already.
Yeah, I was already working.
Like he said, he was giving me money.
I've always paid the bill. Yeah.
Because I had 3 jobs in college, and it was more so to pay for like essentials, clothes, deodorant,
she was a student government,
stuff like
that.
Really it was just basic stuff. But I always had, I think it was $3.87 in my pocket.
Marquita, don't
because
say that.
that's how much I allocated myself to use for lunch every day. And so he was like, "You poor child, you need to put more money in your pocket." So he would send me money to have money.
Thank you. Okay,
so,
that's all we get. That's all we're getting to.
When you wanted to use my credit, because you had bought like 7 cars, stuff like that, I had better credit because I didn't spend a lot of money.
No, it's not true. No.
He was able to use my card.
I didn't need it. You just gave me access to it. I appreciated it.
Yeah.
I mean, I never. No.
But that was all even before we got married.
That was before we got married. Yeah. And then I gave her the car when she went back to Michigan.
Yeah, I think you gave me that before you had access to my card.
Yeah, I mean, I had access to.
It was always an equal exchange. So we never sat down at a meal and was like, "Okay, you pay 50, you pay 50." It was always
we never done that.
We both had stuff to put on the table. I got you, you got me. So when I got my first decent job after graduating, it was no big deal for me to turn around and give this guy my check because it had been an even exchange from the very beginning of our relationship. So it wasn't anything odd.
I wouldn't say even, but I wanted to marry you, so I gave you whatever you needed to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I've never tit for tat and said, "Oh, I gave you this, you should give me this."
No.
I just ain't set up that way.
No. We never thought of it like that.
Nah, I never thought of it that way. I still don't think of it that way.
Yeah.
Now, at the flip side, she has access to do whatever she wants to do.
Right.
With our cards.
Yeah, we have all the same cards.
Yeah, she got any money she wants. There's no separate checking account. Or
I know where his wallet is, so if it's a card that I don't have, I just go in his wallet.
Yeah, there's no separate checking account or anything.
No.
And with 5 kids, you can imagine it gets quite crazy. But at the end of the day, hey, you have to work out your own situation.
Yeah.
And we were just able to work out ours. So
yeah,
it's been good. It's been good. Yeah. Over time, been really good. Because putting money together, you're able to get more done. And what I mean by that is you won't have as much interest that you're paying in the long term. You don't have to run up bills or have bills that you can't pay. Or if something does happen, you can just go and get the money and it's all good.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
But, for some couples, it takes time to do that because people...
Well, it does because we were young. I mean, we got married at 23.
23, yeah.
So I could see, because
I can see an older couple having problems.
Yeah, we have friends that get married at an older age.
Yeah.
Or maybe they come into the relationship and... Because I think at the time when I went to college, I was still living with my mom. The only time I had my own apartment was when I did like a summer internship.
Yes.
Like at a hospital. But I was coming out of my mom's house, you were coming out. So it's not like we'd already had our separate homes or separate apartments.
Yeah, no kids or anything.
Stuff together.
Yeah.
So we kind of started and we grew together. But I could see if I've got my own car, my own phone, my own apartment, and I've already got separate bills, how if I've racked up some debt, and maybe we want to, some people it might be easier to do 50-50 just to pay down debt before they do a big merge.
No, they don't do that. No. That's not, no. Normally, many guys I talk to, this is what they do. They go, oh man, these girls are trying to get some money out of you. They just try to get you to pay their bills and things like that. Cause a lot of women have kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you
and a lot of men and women have kids. But if there's a single mother and a guy gets with her in particular, he thinks that she's trying to use him quite often just to have money. Now, we ain't out there, so I don't know. I hear that a lot, though.
Well, I guess it would depend on the relationship, because you got some people that, you know, they meet the one and that's it. But if I can see, if you got people that kind of float around and they're in different relationships, I can see how you could get caught up in that. Because the more you're around, the more you get around, the more chance it is for stuff like that to happen.
Well, yeah, and some guys, you know, I say this on social media too. Some guys, they know they don't really want that woman. They just playing around.
Well, right. Well, if you out there playing the
field, out there playing around, it's gonna cost you. It should cost you.
That's what happens when you play it in the playground. If you gonna play at the arcade, you gonna drop the coins.
Yeah, you gotta pay some money. Oh, you should pay some money. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing games, so then you gotta be honest about your relationships too. Are you trying to have a serious relationship?
Yes.
Or are you playing the field and playing games?
Playing the field, playing games. Yes. So overall, who pays the bills? We're talking about in this household. Meet the Breedloves, Mark or Marquitta Breedlove. Who pays the bills? We
both pay the bills because it's a team effort, but the buck ultimately stops with Dad.
Yes,
you said that already. You did.
Marquitta.
You did.
These people watching this video, the women and men.
You already said it.
I know, but I'm saying the women and men watching this video, looking at you, going, Marquitta, you don't pay bills.
Why are they looking at me saying that?
Because I take your money and I put it up. I've never had to use your money to pay bills.
But you're able to put it up because you can take your money. The only reason you can take all your money to pay bills is because you put mine up. It goes into one big pot.
I make enough to do it all.
No, you don't, because you just said you invest mine. That's how we make more money.
Okay, I invest some of mine too.
Okay.
Extra, I don't have to have. She don't get it, y'all. She's spoiled, poor baby.
You ain't 10 minutes
spoiled.
Before I just said that. You said we all put it in one big pot. It all goes together.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you have the final say, right? You
yes,
said
but
that
I know
already. But I just said it again. I just reiterated what you said.
All right, she don't get it, guys. She's so poor baby, so spoiled.
You the one flip flopping. You just changed it.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. But anyway, the people understand. That's Team Mark won that one. So next.
Wait a minute. We keep a score? Oh shoot! I'm definitely about no. Don't get that. We're going back to this discussion. So
no. We good. We good. That's whatever. Give me a kiss.
No.
Okay, we beat a dead horse. We beat a dead horse. It's over. All right. So the second question I got from some Facebook friends. Which one you want to go over?
I don't know. Here, I think you should flip them over and do like that and just pick.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna do it your way.
Close your eyes.
All right, mix them up. I'm gonna let you pick two.
I'm mixing them, so you gotta pick.
All right. Next question. Let's go.
Okay. Pick.
All right.
Do you guys argue often? Yes, we do. Over the dumbest stuff. Everything from should we buy pickles at the store?
Oh boy.
What kind of gas to put in the car? Don't forget to wash the car.
Yeah.
Should we have more kids? Should we have more dogs?
Should we have more kids?
Should we paint the walls white or blue or gray? Should we get this chandelier?
But see, I told you she was spoiled, right? But she's spoiled in a good way. I don't mind that.
Are you spoiled?
A little bit.
Thank you.
Those aren't really arguments.
Because we both pay the bill.
But those aren't really arguments, though. No, she don't. Those aren't really arguments, guys. We tit for tat quite often about, because we get irritable. We get irritable, but we don't do it often.
Yeah, when we were younger, I would say when we were younger,
yeah.
I think it was part of a growing thing because, you know, even when you're young, you're set in some of your ways.
Yes.
And so you have to kind of learn to adapt and adjust to what the other person wants or likes.
I know we argue about this. When my wife gets going, she tries to get everything done, even though we can do it because she's a mom's mom. So she kind of lords over all of us, kind of like,
yeah.
I had knee surgery. Did you take your glucosamine chondroitin? She'll bother me about that, wake me up 10 o'clock at night, because she'll still be up, moving around, checking all the kids' homework. All the kids' homework, even though we checked it, turned it in somewhat. She doesn't think I do it to the ability that it needs to be done.
Well, you missed something. So I just go back over and make sure it's in.
Okay, well, I guess it could be considered somewhat of an argument. I'll try to get her to go to bed or just to stop
Yeah.
and slow down sometime. But I do that for your health because you get going and it just never ends.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's one thing we argue over. What else do we argue over? What's for dinner sometimes?
Argue over what's for dinner.
Yeah, what's for dinner sometimes.
You think I grocery shop too much?
You do shop. You go to Walmart way too much. This video needs to be sponsored by Walmart. Send me a check if you can because I spend a lot of money at Walmart. But other than that, nothing too serious, guys. We get along pretty good. We know what we have to do every day. Days are pretty common now.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where we are.
Yeah, I think because we have common goals. Like at the end of the day, we want the same thing.
We've been married for
have
18 years
different ideas or different paths on how to get there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you got to meet along the same road somehow. So.
It's the same thing. So did we argue often? Yeah, we do. Or we tit for tat. All right, one more question. Let's go over it.
Okay.
You pick it.
I'm picking it?
Yep.
Okay, you got to shuffle them.
It's just 3 now. I didn't put the 5 questions out here tonight.
Okay.
So let's go over the next question. Over here. Hey, you can't see it. Turn over.
I didn't know you moved it over. Okay, we're going to do this one. How long did you guys date before you got married?
Well, I knew I was going to marry her the first day I met her. She didn't want to talk to me. I've told that story several times before. But
well, I didn't know you when you were from a whole other state.
Whole other state.
Yeah.
We met in Washington, D.C. I would say date was maybe 6 months.
No, before we got married, we met in
But that's from the day we met. We wasn't dating then. Meet don't mean you dating, Marquitta. It's no. It wasn't. We
met in 2001, got married in 2003.
Yeah, but we weren't really dating until like
6 months into 2001.
No, later than that. Cause we had never even seen each other. It was like the end of 2001. It was during like October 2001.
Okay, so we met in the spring and started dating in the fall. So I'd say about 6 months. So we dated for about a year and a half.
No, we didn't date that long. Like we were in separate. We barely knew. You were in school. I was in school.
Right.
I mean, we talk on the phone some, but
we met in the spring of 2001.
It wasn't spring.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we met, but it wasn't.
And we started dating.
That don't mean we dated.
Or did we meet in the fall and date in the spring? Because you came to spring finale.
I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, it wasn't long.
Okay, I knew I
was gonna marry her the first day I met her. That's all I know.
Maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna marry her the first day I met her.
But I know we met in 2001 and got married in 2003.
Was it love at first sight? I just told that question. For me, it was. For you, no. She's not like me. I had to get her down to Arkansas.
Know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know you.
All right, so let's go over this. Who takes care of the house? That's an easy one.
Mostly you do. Mostly you're here.
And mostly I do because I'm kind of in a retirement / had working phase, and I run a home-based business now. So
when the kids were younger and you were working more,
when I was working every day, yeah.
So it changes based on work schedule, what the kids have going on.
Yes.
So.
But we share responsibilities quite well.
Yeah.
Like
dishes, laundry. And the kids are old enough
floors,
now.
The dogs. We have 3 dogs and 5 kids.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how many loads of laundry we have a day, guys. It's a headache.
Yeah.
It's a headache.
We probably need a maid, actually.
We do need a maid. We need to go and buy a maid. At the new house we're gonna get built, that may be a good idea to have somebody come in once a week and clean.
Yeah. Because
we're not gonna be there all the time. We were blessed to find an awesome piece of property that we're gonna eventually build on somewhere in South Carolina called Seabrook. But eventually we will get a maid, but there's always a lot to be done here. And when we get done, it's done.
Yeah.
But there's so many clothes in this house, it's unreal.
Well, there's 7 people.
7 people and 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dogs.
So they get
3
on the blankets
bulls.
and stuff, so yeah.
Yep. And then they play back in the pond across the acreage, so you can imagine how dirty it can get in here, how stinky they are. But overall, like I said, I say we both do what we can when we can do it. There's not a I can't do this in the household.
Right.
But now yard stuff, of course, I do all that.
Yeah, you do.
You scared of bugs.
Yes, so if you just spray for the bugs, I'll be fine.
No,
which you have done.
Even when I have sprayed right out on the
Well, I can't clip the bushes straight. Like I cannot draw a straight
You wouldn't
line
do it
to save
anyway.
my life. And when I clip the bushes, they always end up at an angle. So.
Yeah, I know you can't. Yeah, she does.
But that's why I spin.
That's fine.
Spin cuts the grass and does the bushes, and he does a great job.
No, I do the
Spin
bushes.
over.
I do the bushes. I do the bushes and so on. But I believe most of the house issues are 50-50 issues.
I help plant
take care.
trees in the back.
You have planted some of them.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you
And I
dug a few holes.
did a good job.
You did a good job with
I
that.
put fertilizer down.
Yep, you got dirty a little
I
bit
put
that
water
day.
on.
You scared of worms, aren't you?
No, but the ants were biting my feet.
The ants bite everybody's feet. You can't let them get on your feet.
They crawl. I don't be looking down. If I'm looking at the plants, I can't look at my feet and the plants.
It's an ant. It's gonna bite you.
But it hurts.
Okay. So basically, that's all I got for tonight. This episode of Meet the Breedloves, Team Mark or Team Marquitta. I'm gonna put the link in the description for you to log in and go to Vimeo to check us out. I think we have a lot of good content, and we're gonna do this. How often you want to do this? Weekly?
I don't know, but if you're gonna be talking about some team stuff, then you just have to give me a heads up.
Okay. I kind of didn't want her.
The points.
I kind of didn't want her, but
They keep trying to cheat.
no, we're trying to cheat. But we're gonna get into some serious subjects as time goes. How often should a couple have sex?
Shoot as often as you want.
We'll get into
As
that
often
later.
as you want to.
We'll get into that later on.
You won't do it 2-3 times a day. You know.
That'll be-
Sometimes y'all might be busy. You might get to it only 2 times a week. It just depends.
It just depends. Well, we'll get into that subject later on. But other than that, thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure and support our sponsors. Tonight's sponsor again is Geyser Benefit Solutions.
Yep.
You can call him at 910-507-1451, or you can find Sam G. Geyser, that's Geyser, on my Facebook page, or you can go to brandyjanelle.com at iCredit Solutions. Her phone number is 1-800-404-1143 to get your credit right. And other than that, time to get some dinner going.
All right. Good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
Thanks.